question asked about a verse from Bhagavatam, and we didn't get a chance. We answered it last week, but we wanted to give more answer today. So the question was about the general understanding in many circles based on this verse and subsequent Hari Katha that devotees have heard over the years. And they didn't understand the whole thing. But the general impression is, this is what the person asked the question: is it true that the material world is 1/4 of the creation of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, and 3/4 of the creation is in the spiritual world? And the technical term in Sanskrit, material world is Ekpad Vibhuti. Vibhuti means avyans, the majesty of the creation. Ekpad means what? Pad means 1/4. So it's a material material creation is 1/4 of the creation, and the spiritual world is called Shripad Vibhuti. 3/4 of the avyans of the Lord is in the spiritual world. Is this true or false? Can you shed some light on this? So this verse that's being discussed is in the second canto of Bhagavatam, chapter 16, verse 18 and 19. And this is Purusha Shukta, prayers by the Purusha Shukta, which are the Shrutis, the sages that live on Shri Lakshmi Vishnu. They're always offering prayers to wake up Lord Vishnu every day, and that's their seva. And those same Shrutis did tapasya and followed Rag Marg for millions of years, and he took birth as gopis and entered Krishna's Rasalila. So these are basically the prayers of the Shrutis in the second canto of Bhagavatam, called Purusha Shukta Stuti. This is Canto 2, Chapter 6, verse 18 and 19. It says, Sa amritasya abhyasya isha martyam anam yat atyagat mahima esha tata brahman purushaya dhiratyaya. Translation: Krishna is the controller of immortality and fearlessness. Krishna is transcendental to death and fruitive actions of the material world. O Narad, O Brahman, it's therefore difficult to measure the glories of the Supreme Person, Purushottam Sri Krishna. So this is the purport where this idea has come from. It says, Srila Prabhupada says, the glories of Krishna in the transcendental 75% of Krishna's internal potency are stated in the Padma Purana, Uttarakhand. It's said there that those planets in the spiritual sky which comprise a 75% expansion of the internal potency are far greater than the planets in the total material universe. The planets in the spiritual sky are at least 3 times the number of those in the material sky. Well, this is just selected points to the purport that are exactly on the topic of the question. Shripad Vibhuti, it's here in the purport, 2.6.18. Shripad Vibhuti, or the 75%, is known as the internal potency of the Lord. This is far beyond the material sky. And when we speak of Ekpad Vibhuti, the 25%, this comprises the external energy, the material world. And then in text 18, the purport says, Prabhupada says, he says, Of the total manifestation of the sun and the energy of the Lord, 1/4 is displayed in the material world, and 3/4 are displayed in the spiritual world. The Lord's energy is divided into 3 component parts, Sandhi, Samat, Atma. So this idea that the material world is 1/4 of creation, vibhuti, ekpa vibhuti, and the spiritual world is tripat vibhuti, is 3 times. Basically, the general impression that one gets from this purport is the material world is, the spiritual world is 3 times bigger. But the fact is, and it's actually in the Sanskrit verse, it's not a clear understanding of the purport, or because of our mundane intelligence. The purport is a little misleading. One could draw that conclusion, but if he studies properly the Sanskrit verse, and then the philosophy reads Bhakti Sandarbha, text Annuchate 67, and the explanation of Jaya Goswami, and Jaya Goswami's commentary on this verse, and Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary on this verse, which is translated by Madan Swami, we get the fuller, clearer picture. Because in the verse it says Amrita Abhay. Amrita Abhay. What it actually means is, it does tripad, the word tripad is not a measurement of size, it's a measurement of qualities. There's 3 qualities in the spiritual world and 1 quality in the material world. So 3 qualities in the spiritual world, we'll read in my notes. It's 2 of them are mentioned here. Amrita, spiritual world is immortality. And Abhay, the spiritual world is immortal and fearless. There's no fear. So it's right in the Sanskrit. Amrita and Abhay. And this is Marcha Manam. Ana means the place, the material world is Marcha. You have 1 quality, ekpa vibhuti, doesn't mean 1/4 size. Why does it mean 1/4 size? Because there's unlimited planets in the material world and expanding every moment, and there's unlimited planets in the spiritual world and expanding every moment. So you can't say the spiritual world is 3 times bigger than the material world. The material world is infinite, unlimited planets, and the spiritual world is infinite, unlimited planets. Both are eternal, both are infinite. But the difference is, ekpa means 1 quality. Ekpa means 1 quality. What is the 1 quality of the material world? Mrityu. Correct. Mrityu means bye. Bye-bye. Haribo. Katamagya. Death. And the 3 qualities of the spiritual world, no death. Amrit means immortal. Amrit means, it says, Amrita Abhay. Amrit means no, without mrit. Mrit means mrityu. Amrit means no death, without death. So that's nectar. If I never die, I'm always young. That's nectar. I'll go for it. Navayovanam Sri Krishna ki. Jai. So the tripad means there's immortality. I think I wrote it here in the book also. I'll read the next one. The 1 quality of the material world, which you all know, is death. That's the only quality. And death and fear go together because the basic fear, every fear is the fear of death. Fear of loss, fear demotion, fear of insult, fear loss of lover, loss of job, loss of life. It's all loss, it's all fear. It's because of death. Death and fear go together. What are we afraid of? Everyone's also afraid of death. Everybody has a big talk to pull out a gun. Oh, here, this, that. Okay. Oh, sorry. sorry, I didn't mean it. Okay, boom. Finish. Everybody yells and screams and makes big noise. I'll kill you, this, that. Oh, then you pull out the gun. The guy doesn't have a gun. Then he becomes very humble. Oh, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. So, the spiritual world is immortality, fearlessness, and everything's auspicious. Why is it auspicious? Because it's full of bliss. Satchidananda. So, Sripad Vibhuti means immortality, fearlessness, and Sarvamangala. Sarvamangala means all beauty. It's very auspicious to be beautiful. It's very auspicious to be powerful. Saishwarya Purna, Krishna has all auspicious qualities. Sarvamangala. So all auspiciousness includes beauty, talent, fame, power, wealth, everything. So that's all there. Here is nothing here. Get all the money, then you die, boom. Rich people die, poor people die. So that's the mysterious. Huh? Egg pot and sheep pot. 3 cakes or 1 cake? Yeah, 1 cake out. So that's really what it says here. This is from Anarchade 67 Bhakti Sandara, 3rd section, part 1. There's many subsections there. Bhakti Sandara Anarchade 67. Material realm and spiritual realm are both infinite. The Prabhupada had a very cute way of speaking English, very attractive way. He would say, Sri Krishna is infinite, and the Jivatma is infinitesimal. So cute. The proper is that whatever proper means, proper with some people, they say infinitesimal. Infinitesimal. Prabhupada said, Bhagavan is infinite, and the Jiva is infinitesimal. Like many things, like one time Prabhupada was translating first canto, and then Hayagriva was transcribing the recorded tapes. And Prabhupada said, Shukadeva Goswami speaking the Bhagavatam, and the bards were in the tree singing. So bards were in the tree? Because Hayagriva was a hippie. He was used to playing guitar in the park. He'll go to the park and play the guitar and sing a song like a poem, sing a poem. Oh, I love my baby, this, that, all that stuff. My baby, she left me, or whatever. So, and there's one word in English for poet is bard, B-A-R-D, B-A-R-D. So Prabhupada has Bengali accent, bard. He's reading, Sukadeva Goswami was speaking about on the bards were in the tree singing. So he wrote the transcript. The poets were in the tree. Poets were singing the tree singing. Prabhupada said, what's this? I mean, what do you say poets? There's no poets, there's birds. And he said, what bars or birds? Bards, and Prabhupada said, bars. He said, yeah, bars or birds. Prabhupada said, no, like this, bars. Like this. And I said, oh, birds. Birdies. Eagles, parrots, sparrows, peacocks. Oh, sorry, Swami. The birds were in the tree chirping and singing. So material world is Ekpad Vibhuti. One quality. Ekpad means one quality, which is? Mrityu. Death. Khatam ho gaya. And the spiritual realm is 3 qualities. Amritva, immortality. Fearlessness of by auspiciousness. Shema. Okay. So the term Ekpad Vibhuti, Tripa Vibhuti is not describing dimensions or aspects of being. It's not a mathematical or geographical law. Also, Tripa Vibhuti describes 3 qualities of spirit, Satchidananda, that are in the spiritual realm. So Sat means, what does Sat mean? Sat means immortality. It signifies eternal existence. And Abhay, fearlessness of the spiritual world, equates with Chit potency, because Chit potency is a state of awareness or knowledge. What is the cause of fear? Fear is caused by ignorance. So ignorance means a lack of Chit. Chit means knowledge. Sat means eternal Chit. So you have knowledge, you're not afraid of death. True Maharaj wasn't afraid of death. He said, I'm Krishna, Bhagavan, Vishnu's devotee. He said, Dhruva Maharaj, his whole body, his body of a sadhaka, the kid's body, 5-year-old body, turned into spirit. Till he became spiritualized by chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and meditating on Vishnu, doing his tapasya. That darshan of Vishnu, 5 years old, Dhruva Maharaj, 4th canto. In that body, he didn't change his body. He went in the same body to go up to Vaikunta. He said in the 4th chapter, the death came, he was trying to give his body, and he stepped on the head of death. Hey, get out of my way, man. He used the head of death to step on the flower airplane. It was a little high. Like you got an airplane, they give you steps, they bring wheeled steps out. You have to walk up the steps, you don't just fly up. Your butterfly just fly up to the plane. Well, most of us are butterflies, so we have to make and you walk up there. Feel like you're ascending, going to heaven, now a demigod. I mean, Milan, I'm flying off to Switzerland. Here I come. There's the house. Oh. Yeah, Himalayas or whatever. They're pretty big mountains. Says in the 2nd canto of Bhagavatam, the mountains are the bones of the Virataru. Backbone. That's what earthquakes are. Earthquake. Crack the mountains back. Big sounds and boom. So you're with me now? Shiva Vibhuti describes Satchidananda. Shema, so all auspiciousness means Anand. Like, for example, all auspicious means, Sarvamanga means all the qualities. That's the quality. One of the 3 qualities of spiritual world is Sarvamanga. So you have all auspicious qualities. One is beauty. So if you have beauty, you'll be pretty blissful. You'll be happy. I'm beautiful. I'm happy. If you're powerful, if you're rich, doesn't necessarily mean, but you can't put a smile on your face. You have money in the bank. So all these means, so this fearlessness means Chit, and eternality means Sat, and Ananda is signified by all auspiciousness. Ananda means a state of beatitude and bliss, which is having a life full of all auspiciousness will make one feel happy, obviously. Okay, there's 46. I think we beat this point pretty bad. But we're going to beat it some more. You're going to bring this topic up again. Okay. I think it's repeat the other thing. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's I rest my case. Shripad is there and Ekpad is here. We have one kick waiting for all of us. And how that kick sends us back to the tree. The tree pod. Some people think death means dying. But devotees think death means living. So let's see how devotees think. There's a verse in that second chapter of Gita. Well, it's night for all beings. What are we in here? It says, well, it's night for all, look up in the Yanisha. It says in the second chapter of Gita, what is night for all beings is the time of waking for the self-realized. What is the time of waking for all beings is night for introspective sage. So materialists wake up at 10 o'clock at night and start partying. The spiritualists go to sleep at 10. And they come back from the party at 3 a.m. That's when Babaji's waking up at 3 a.m. Trying to sometimes, most of the time. And so, same thing. For most people, death means dying. Say, what happened? No, he died. But for Joey, death means living. Is it there? Not there. Too simple. So that's a nice verse. So that's why it's right from the Gita. Well, it's death for everyone else. Everyone else is death and dying. But Joey means living. Because we're living in Krishna consciousness all life. When we die, we'll be living in Krishna consciousness next life. So death for Joey means living. There's no death, there's no dying for a devotee. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has a famous proverb or saying of his. He who reasons ill will say Vaishnavas die, right? You heard that? He who reasons, it's the wrong thing to say Vaishnavas die, because they never die. While living, they try to spread the holy name around. And while dying, they go to Krishna and keep chanting. We're chanting our in Sadhguru, we're chanting in Siru. Devotees aren't afraid of death. They welcome death. Okay, death, let's go. Party's on. Most devotees die happily. They have something to look forward to. So everyone else is looking backwards. Every materialist, everything has is behind him. I'm leaving this, I'm leaving that. I leave my wife, my house, my bank account, my kids, my grandkids, my great-grandkids. My summer house and here and there, and my winter house here and there, and my skis and my surfboard and all my stuff. But the way he said, wow, I'm going to the Kunj, I'm going to Yamuna, I'm going to Giraj. We're going to Radha Kunda. We're going to Barcelona. Like, yeah, where are you going? He calls her, I'm going to Yatra. Bhakti, where are you going? I'm going to Barcelona. Okay, good, have a good time. So we're going, our future, we're looking forward. We're also looking backwards. Oh, buy wife, buy kids, buy house, buy. We say hi. Hi, Radha, hi, Krishna, hi, Vishaka. Hi, Rati Manji. We're going where we're welcome. Everybody else is going to Yamaraj. Those guys aren't too good looking, you know. Yavadutas aren't too pleasant to look at. Those German shepherds that go along with her, dogs, boxers, or whatever. Okay, what is that? Okay, that's three. Question. Yeah, this is well.
So, where does this conviction come from for the devotee? Now it is time for me to say hi to Radha. How does this conviction come?
Practice, take Diksha from a proper guru, and practice bhajana for 48 years and answer your question. So the question is, how do we get that positive outlook, that fearless mood that we're saying hi to Radha Krishna, not looking forward, but not afraid of death. We'll greet death with a smile on our face, hopefully. Because we know we're going somewhere where we're welcome, and we know we're going somewhere blissful. We're not looking back, we have nothing, we're nothing behind. But the devotee is in his kitchen. He's not attached to anything in this world. All his attachment, even while he's alive, all his attachments, all his meditation is on the other world. It's on the transcendental realm. He's not, I like this house, I like this car. Okay, this is a kunja, it's a Radharani service, and there's, in Vishaka's kunja, there's 4 big chambak trees. Here there's 4 or 5 big champak trees, little baby champak trees. So, I have champak trees here, I have champak trees there. I'm not attached to these trees. They're nice. I'm doing my service, trying to take care of them. They're taking care of me. They'll stay, I'll go. But really, they're not attached, So that's what Bhakti produces. Bhakti produces knowledge and detachment. It's first canto, chapter 2 of the Srimad Bhagavatam. First canto, chapter 2. All those famous verses are there. They're all in Prabhupada's Shloka book. The whole chapter 2, every verse is there. Ahaitaki apratiyata, yedavma supersedati. Devotion service is without motivation and it produces great happiness in the heart. Supersedati, the Atma becomes full of happiness and joy. Prasanatma. So you haven't got Diksha, you haven't started Bhakti Bhajan yet. So you ask the question, how do we develop that mood? That mood is a byproduct of Bhakti. Every lady and gentleman that's a devotee of Krishna will have that detachment, have that positive outlook, and a hopeful mood. They'll have their own individualization of their future. Like, we grow up with the expression, every country in the world, in their own language, they have the expression, the future is bright. You have that in Swiss language, or German, whatever you speak, French, or Russian, or Italian. The future is bright. How do you say future is bright in Italian?
Il futuro è luminoso.
What is it?
Il futuro è luminoso.
Oh, because English is based on Latin, which is based on Italian. Futuro is future. What's good? Bueno?
Luminoso.
Illuminous, like luminous.
Oh, lumina.
Right.
Oh, future is full of light. Future is bright, light. Illumina futuro. That's a very sweet language. Sounds much better than English. And all those Romance languages, Latin, Indo, Spanish, Italian, French. They're very sweet sounding. So, the future is bright. Okay. Question. There's one smart girl that's behind me. I don't believe she doesn't have any questions. Corey.
Is it true that most all majorities favor Radharani over Krishna, or is it shift depending on what's going on?
Is it true
Are
that
they
all
more attached to Radharani anyway, or it depends on what's happening in the activity to become more attached?
Okay, thank you. Question is about the manjaris. The manjaris, they have more attachment to Radharani than Krishna in particular circumstances or particular leelas. In some leelas, they show more attachment to Krishna, or that's their outlook all the time, or exactly what is the situation. Is that your question? Rupa Goswami described these are called emotional temperaments. So there's 3 possibilities for the Sakhi's temperaments. One is Samasneha Adik, one is Radha Sneha Adik, one is Asamasneha Adik, which means Manjri or Sakhi, like Lita Vishaka, or Rupa Manjri, Rati Manjri, Tulsi Manjri, a Sakhi or Manjri. Manjri is also a type of Sakhi. They can have equal affection for Krishna, equal affection for Radha. That's Samasneha. Sneha means affection. Or they can have Adik, Sneha Adik, extra affection for Radharani, or extra affection. That's called Asama, unequal affection. More affection for Radharani, or more affection for Krishna. generally most Sakhis, not all Sakhis, but most Sakhis have more affection for Krishna than Radharani. But almost all the manjaris that I ever read about, they have more affection for Radharani than Krishna. But it's like this. Manjaris have 100% love for Krishna, 150% love for Radharani. They love Krishna immensely, and they're very attractive, and Krishna tries to embrace them and kiss them, which is described in Shastra. Sometimes he gets away with it. Usually they slap him or push him or run away from him or don't even get near him or complain to Radharani, and Radharani sends him away. But sometimes even Radharani sets up a manjari with Krishna just to test her loyalty, and sometimes Krishna seduces the manjari. The general outlook that our acharyas present is manjaris avoid intimately mixing with Krishna because they have more attitude of love. Because even if some woman is very beautiful, very attractive, manjaris are almost, not quite obviously, but almost as attractive as Radharani, other Sakhis. Because in the books of our acharyas, it says the manjaris are so beautiful, they're qualified themselves to be Yuteswaris. Like Lita is a Yuteswari, group leader of Sakhis. Yuta means group, Ishwar means a controller, leader of a group of Sakhis. And Radharani is Yuteswari for Rasa Sakhis. Chandravi is Yuteswari. Lita is also Yuteswari, Shaka is Yuteswari, Varone also Sakhis. So the manjaris are beautiful enough and talented enough and qualified enough for Yuteswaris, but they don't do that. They always adopt the mood of Dasi Bhav, not Ishwari Bhav. Dasi, they're always Dasis, Kinkari. Kinkari means Dasi. Ai Nanda Tandra Kinkaram. Fifth sloka of Shiksastra. Chaitanya Maharaj is praying in Radha's Bhav. I'm a servant of Krishna. Hey Nanda Nanda, I am your servant. Keep me at your feet. The manjari has, generally all manjaris have more affection for Radharani. They're always with Radharani, always serving her. But the greatest service, the most important service of manjaris is what? Bringing Krishna to Radharani. Bringing Radha and Krishna together. So that's so. Manjari's focus is on Radharani, but they're always, what makes Radharani happy is Krishna. So Maharaj is doing everything they can to make sure Radha and Krishna can meet without obstacles, self-generated obstacles, or obstacles generated by the environment, or obstacles generated by opposing parties, like mothers-in-laws and so-called husbands and rival Sakhis and nasty mother-in-laws and stuff like that. Suspicious sister-in-laws, Kutila. The manjari is always working to avoid those obstacles and unite Radha and Krishna. Thank you for your question. Clothesline is down. Your house is featured on the internet. You know, it was a nice house there. Questions? Radha Kunda. I don't. Go ahead, you have a question?
Yes, good.
Acha. Oh, yeah.
The complete dependency on Krishna is what we see in the lives of Acharyas Guru. Like in the prayers of Vishnu Chakravarti at the end of Sankalpa Kalpatama, he says that everything is manifesting just by the dust of my Gurudev. Just one time I took the remnants of my Gurudev, all these auspicious desires are manifesting in my heart. He glorifies the mercy of his Guru in his life, and he shows complete dependence on his Gurudev. So this is where I see like sitting for meditation or chanting and all. Then the next duties, whatever I have to do, all those things which are part of this maintenance and these things creeping, which shows that dependence on Krishna is not that much. Like I have to do my job and then I have to do this, that.
What's the question?
So how to develop that? That's it.
So what?
Complete dependence on Guru and Krishna. Feeling that everything is actually taken care of by them.
Okay. The question is how to develop the feeling of dependence on Krishna. Dependence on Krishna or Guru's mercy doesn't mean to become dysfunctional. Doesn't mean to become dysfunctional. Doesn't mean that, like so some people adopt the attitude, oh, Krishna, I'm depending on Krishna. So if Krishna wants you to get money, he'll send money. I just sit here and sleep. Like Krishna says in Gita, everybody has to work. You and I have to work. He said in third chapter of Gita, if I stop working, the whole world will come to an end. Because he's working because of his prabhav, because of Krishna's arrangement with the three Vishnu forms and the devotees, everything's going on. The sun, the moon, the air, water, food, everything's growing and moving by the arrangement of Krishna ultimately. So Krishna stops that arrangement, starts working, putting energy into this world, everything will become destroyed, or will be destroyed. So he's working, so he expects us, he directs us, and he orders us all to work also. So we have to work, but you just work in the consciousness of Guru and Krishna. That shows you're dependent. Independence means they don't do anything. I mean, being independent of Guru and Krishna means you're worthless. You're just operating under ego. Even if you're so-called independent, you're still dependent. You're thinking you're independent. So all that means dependent is change your attitude of thinking. I'm doing all this by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. Just remember that throughout the day, and you're perfect. That's perfect Krishna consciousness. Tasmat sarveshu mama.
Kaleshu mam nismariti. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam nismariti.
Gita Krishna tells Arjuna, think of me and do your seva. Kshatriya seva. Fight, Arjuna. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mama nushmara yudhicha. Anusmara, remember me and do your seva. So just think of Guru and Krishna throughout the day and your perfect Krishna consciousness. What's the problem?
But these thoughts actually take my bhajan time. That's where I'm feeling more.
What?
Like the maintenance thoughts take over when I was doing, when I'm sitting and trying to do japa, meditation.
That's what yoga. We're yogis. We're bhakti yogis. The yoga means chitta, vritti, nirodha. The vritti, nirodha, the contrary movements of the mind. Virodha means contrary movements. Vritti means movements of the mind. Manas, vritti, nirodha. What is it? Chitta, vritti, chitta, vritti. So chitta means mind. Mental movements of the thought. You have to control the mind. So that's a matter of mind control. You're sitting for meditation, meditate. You're sitting for chanting, chant japa. Oh, I gotta pay this for that bill. I'm losing my job in December. Where am I gonna get money? Hey, Bhagavan, Vivakro. We have race in America. Cross that bridge when you come to it. Don't cross. You're crossing the bridge. You haven't got to the river yet. You're walking through the desert. And you say, at the end of this desert, there's a river. I have to cross the river. How can I get across the river? It's a big river. I don't know how to swim. and it's too deep. I can't swim. I can't cross. First cross the desert. So when you're doing bhajan, do bhajan. Control the mind. Saying, pray Krishna, Krishna, help me control my mind, Gurudev. Hey Gurudev, hey Bhagavan, hey Gurudev. Help me fix my mind on my chanting. Help me fix my mind. My mind's going to my job, my mind's going to my babies, my mind's going to my wife, my bills, and tax man, this man, and that man. Fat man, baby man. What does the saying either? From wherever the mind wanders, one must withdraw it, bring it back under control of self.
मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं ततस्ततत् नियमेतत् यतो यतो निश्चलति मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं
Yato nischalati, nischalati, go here or there. From wherever the mind goes here or there, pull it back, Jack.
ततस्ततत् नियमेतत्
Yato,
निश्चलति
nischalati. Go here, go there, hey, come back, hey, come back. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Come back. You have a kite, you have a fishing reel. With string on a fishing reel, the kite's going. Oh, the mind is like a kite. The mind is like a kite, and the winds are blowing here and there. The wife wind. The bill wind. Job, the wind is when I come back. The Atma is controlling the reel, pull back the string, pull back the mind. That's what it means to be yogi. Controlling the mind, pull back the mind. You know all these verses from Gita, you now put them into practice. Vairagya Abhyas. Sixth chapter of Gita. Detachment and regular practice controls the mind. The Gita brothers. Great. That's it. That's all. Is there a question? Sannyasi Baba.
I don't have a question right now.
Okay. Nice to see you. Darren. Advaita Krishna. You're a drunkard. You're a wino. That's
He's thinking that he's calling.
That's it. There's some kind of kung fu or something. So Jaro,
Magic.
kind of joking. He's learned a lot of eye control. He's really getting good now. He should be a drama, going art, drama when he grows up. Man. He's really got all kinds of eye movements. You know. Questions? Okay, exit stage left. Okay, question, net question. Go ahead. Okay, yeah.
Can you speak a little bit about, sometimes we hear that the sky is blue because of Krishna. Can you speak a little bit about
Oh, what? What about what?
how we can be reminded of Krishna by seeing the blue sky, seeing the sun?
Question is, how can we remind you of Krishna? Don't see anything. The question is, how can we be reminded of Krishna by seeing the universe? That's all told in the 7th chapter of Gita and the 10th chapter of Gita. Krishna is the taste of water, Krishna is the light of the sun, and the eye of the moon are the eyes of Krishna. All those things are there. But the real thing, the real way to see Krishna is with your eyes closed. So you're asking how to see Krishna. I won't teach you how to see Krishna in the world. I'll teach you how to see Krishna with your eyes closed. That's the process of meditation. The meditation, once I asked my Guru Maharaj, I said, you said what we should close our eyes and meditate on the form of Krishna Radharani and meditate on their Leelas, Astakaya Leelas, describing Govinda Amrita, Krishna Bhavanamrita, other books. So I said, well, what form of Krishna do we meditate on? What does he look like? What does Radharani look like? He said that when you close your eyes, that form that you see, that's the form that he is. I said, well, when I close my eyes, I don't see anything. Okay, so meditate Krishna is black. You close your eyes, you see black. So then you meditate Krishna is black. And then you'll see he's black as blue. So, devotee tries to practice seeing Krishna with eyes closed. This is more important. Because many people, when they get old, they got cataracts and glaucoma, and the eyes don't work too well. So what's the point of seeing Krishna with the external eyes? Because in time of death, none of the senses work, only the mind works. Even then, the mind is very much distracted by all the heat in the body and all the pain in the body. So the mind doesn't even work. You can't hear when you're dying. People are talking about Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, people are screaming here, Hare Krishna. You can't even hear them. Ears don't work, eyes don't work, nose doesn't work. Nothing works when you're dying. The only thing that works is the mercy of Krishna. The mercy of Krishna you collect in your heart, that will work at the time of death. As Krishna says in Gita 15th chapter, 15th verse, Sarvasya chamari sanivisto vatasmantir jnanam bhavanam cha. Ideshar saver hamevi vidyo vedanta kridvede vivacham. From Krishna comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. So for non-devotees, Krishna makes people forget everything. Forget their wife, forget their kids, forget themselves, forget everything. All they could consume by their material desires. Whatever they've been attached to their whole life, that they get in the next life. But for devotees, Krishna gives them some memory. So in the inner reaches of the consciousness, in the subconscious region, the devotee can see Krishna at the time of death. So how do we see Krishna in the subconscious region at the time of death? Because we practice seeing Krishna in the subconscious during life. It's called meditation. There's 5 stages of meditation. First one is called smaran, second one is called dharan, third one is called dhyana, and then fourth one is Sruti, the fifth one is samadhi. So we practice dharan and dhyana at the time of life. At the time of death, we may enter samadhi by the mercy of Krishna and see Krishna in our subconscious. As some people often say, so-and-so died, Thakurani died, Krishnadas died, this one died. And people ask, was he chanting Hare Krishna death? Most people weren't. Oh, he wasn't Hare Krishna. Generally, all days people say he wasn't Hare Krishna. She wasn't Hare Krishna. Oh, too bad for them. They have to take rebirth. Doesn't mean that. If they're seeing Krishna, it says, Krishna says, he doesn't say one who's chanting comes to me, he said one who's remembering me. 8th chapter of Gita, verse number 6. Yam yam bhavi sran bhavam. Tam tam evati kante. Sada tad bhava bhavata. He says, yam yam bhavi sran bhavam. Chasha nanda declare. He said, whatever bhav you have, whatever feeling you have, whatever meditation you have, whatever thought you have, when the time of death, that's what you'll attain next life. He doesn't say whatever you're chanting. He doesn't say anywhere in Gita where you're chanting at time of death. He says what you're thinking of, what you're meditating on. So always meditate on Krishna, always think of Krishna's form. You'll think of meditating Krishna's form at time of death, by Krishna's mercy, by Guru Kripa. That's our only hope. We can't hope, like Jami, I'll chant Narayan, I'll chant Narayan time of death. Good luck. 99.9% of great devotees, sannyasi babas, never chant when they die. Not chanting when they die. We're mum, we're quiet. We're just counting breaths. Goodbye. That's the unique example. It's not, Jamil Chani was so simple all his life. I'm a little like a Jamil. I live in LA. I've really been simple. I was initiated in 1972. I've been pretty bad. I've been a lot of Maya. But time of death like a Jamil, I'll chant Narayan. I'll chant Dwarkadish. Ravina Dwarkadish. I'll chant Krishna name. Good luck, Jack. No way. So I don't mean to be evasive of your question, but the answer is there in 7th chapter of Gita and 10th chapter of Gita, how to see Krishna in this material world. You can see those verses. Rasvama Sakanteya Prabhasini shows us on the light of the sun, the moon, and the taste of water. All those verses are there. But I think that's pointless. I think the most important thing to do is see Krishna in the mind and heart by meditation. That we should practice. Question? No, that question. Now I prefer people here.
Maharaj, this is in continuation to what you just answered.
Was what?
It is in continuation to the similar context.
Okay.
So when we are doing, I heard from somewhere that.
What? You heard from what?
I heard from somewhere, I don't remember which lecture or where, but the physical puja that we do, the deity worship or anything that we do, is ultimately only to give us remembrance while we are awake, like while continuously throughout the day or night. So, is that true, or should it be done continuously as a process, even apart from the meditations which we do with closed eyes?
What's the question? Puja or what meditation? What are you saying? I'm confused.
The remembrance of Lord should be done continuously, or every day we do morning bhajan or meditation or deity worship. That is enough to get the remembrance of Lord throughout the day.
Not enough, but is the purpose of doing that deity worship or the physical form that we meditate on, is the purpose of that just to give us remembrance throughout the day, or should it be done continuously as a practice apart from the meditations that we do in bhajan, in chanting or like that?
Question is asked about the role of Archamurti Puja verses or in conjunction with remembrance of Krishna. In the Smritis it says Ante Narayana Smriti. At the end we should remember Narayan. And that verse from Gita 8 chapter verse 6 says Sadatad Bhava Bhavita. Sadatad. This should be done all the time. Sadatad means eternally. One should always remember Krishna. So thinking of Krishna should be every moment. Every moment we should think of Krishna, remember Krishna. And there's 9 ways to remember Krishna. One is specifically called remembrance, but everything we're doing is to remember Krishna. We're hearing about Krishna so we remember Krishna. We're chanting Krishna's name so we remember Krishna. We're meditating on Krishna so we remember Krishna. We're serving Vaishnavas and Tulsi and Thakurji and Holy Dham. It's called Padasevana. To remember Krishna. We're doing Archan to remember Krishna. We're doing chanting prayers to remember Krishna. We're doing seva as a servant, as das and dasi to remember Krishna. Becoming friends with devotees and friendly with Krishna as to remember Krishna. We're becoming lovers of Krishna, absolutely surrender to Krishna to remember Krishna. So remembering Krishna is the goal of life. Smaran. It's the goal of life and the goal of death. The goal of life is to remember Krishna 24 hours a day, and the goal of death. Doing puja is one way to remember Krishna. There's 9 different ways to remember Krishna. You just spend all your time doing smaran. That's how to attain spiritual perfection. And that's exemplified by Prahlad Maharaj, the 7th canto of Bhagavatam. All the time is remembering Vishnu. In happiness and distress and joy and death situations, you're remembering Vishnu. Vishnu Smaranam. Shravan Kirtan Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam. So Vishnu Smaranam and Krishna Smaranam should be done every moment of the day. Puja is just one aspect of Smaranam. The main branch of Vaidhi sadhana and the absolute branch of Raganuga sadhana is Krishna Smaranam. Is that clear? The purpose of puja is to please Krishna, it's not for your benefit. Everything we're doing is none of it's for our benefit, it's for Krishna's benefit. Like people say, I'm chanting Krishna, I'm not getting happiness, I'm chanting this right now, sometimes I really get bliss, I get really happiness, sometimes I'm bummed out, I don't like it. And you get a strong calculation. You're not chanting Hare Krishna for your happiness. You're chanting Hare Krishna as service to please Krishna. Hari Tochna says, Samsadita Hari Tochna. Perfection of life is to please Hari, not to please you. The Bhagavatam doesn't say the purpose of life is to, human life is to please me. Spiritual life means to please Bhagavan, Krishna. Hey, Lali, don't take my bed apart. Animal, monkey, baby monkey, Chota Bandor. This is my kitty cat, Chota cat. Okay, so you're okay, you're cool?
Yes, I
Can I ask you a question? Do you like green?
Because you like she said.
can. Not like that, but yes, Maharaj.
Well, Gurudev likes green, actually. That's the thing. It's from he likes green, so I like. His room is this color, and he always had a green wall like that color. Jody wore in the winter. I asked one time, is your favorite color green? He said yes. Because green is the color of Mercury, and he was a very powerful Mercury in his chart. A very smart person. Okay, that's cool. Okay, keep worrying there.
During Yatra, you told me, Maharaj.
What?
When I was entering, I was wearing green. So as soon as I entered the bus, you immediately told me, hey, you remember this? Like that.
Okay. There's 2 points. Gold star. What can I say? I checkmated by my own game. Okay, what's the question here? Yeah, problem.
In a Guru book it is given, Vaishnava's glance will not be on sensual.
The one who is absorbed in sensual activities.
Mundane sensual activities. And it is explained, everyone is doing only mundane sensual activities. Here mundane sensual activities means offenders. How to take it?
What is it? Mundane sensual?
Whoever does mundane sensual activities, on them Vaishnavas will not show mercy. But it is explained there, mundane sensual activities here should be understood as offenders to Vaishnavas.
That's right.
So, how to distinguish mundane sensual activities as offense to Vaishnavas? If we are not aware of Vaishnavas, we do offenses. So how to?
I don't understand what you're saying. What I think you're trying to say, this is Shukadeva Goswami, this Nityananda Vamsacharya from 1850s, wrote a book it was written by his disciple collection of Satsang, question and answers. It's called the Guru book. His name is Nityananda Goswami. Shukadeva Goswami, not the Bhagavatam. He is a descendant of Lord Nityananda. He said the Vaishnavas will not look at people that offend devotees. That's what he said.
Yes.
So what's so confusing about that?
The question is, Maharaj, like the shloka said, they gave.
It's not a shloka, it's just his idea.
They quoted some shloka also over there. And they were explaining the meaning of that shloka from the Sanskrit translation.
Okay.
And over there it was said that it might mean this, but it doesn't mean this. So what was that? It meant that a person who is engaged in mundane sensual activities, so the Vaishnavas don't glance their merciful glance on them. They do not give their merciful glance on them. But it doesn't mean this. What it means is a person who is
offended.
But a person who is who is engaged in sensual activities, who doesn't know the glory of the Vaishnavas, that person is automatically offending the Vaishnavas all the time. They wouldn't know the glories of the Vaishnavas, so they are offending. So how does that work?
How does it work? Who does the Vaishnava look at? Basically, you have to understand sometimes the phrases or the statements of the Shastra are confusing because you have to know what the intention of the author is. You read the Mahabharata. I'll give you an example. Mahabharata says that Parikshit Maharaj made a house under the Ganga to hide from the Tarksha snake. This Tarksha snake was predicted to come and bite him and kill him after 7 days or something like that. So he was afraid. So Mahabharata shows that Parikshit Maharaj is afraid of death. So he's hiding under the Ganga in a house, and people bring food to him under a tunnel. They bring only eat fruits. So Tarksha figured this out. So Tarksha figured this out, and he became a worm inside an apple. Tarksha is a snake. A big king of snakes, Tarksha. So he became a little tiny worm, entered into an apple, was brought on a plate of fruits to the underground, under Ganga, subterranean, whatever, house of Parikshit Maharaj under the Ganga. So Parikshit Maharaj ate the apple, Tarksha came out and killed him. He became expanded into a big snake. So the story of Bhagavatam doesn't say that. Bhagavatam said he sat on the banks of Ganga and Shukadeva came and spoke to Bhagavatam, and then he went to Vaikuntha after 7 days. Parikshit went to Vaikuntha. He wasn't eaten by Tarksha. So there's different stories. So what's the meaning here? So we have people who are so confused. Mahabharata says this, Bhagavatam says what's the meaning? So you have to understand what is the intention of the author. As I said, I opened the class by saying, Apara Samsara Kavi. The Kavi creates its own world which is unlimited. Apara means apara. Samsara means world, means this world, this creation called samsara. Apara Samsara Kavi. The poet creates his own unlimited world by his characters. So the stories are not important. The stories of the Bhagavatam are not important. Stories of Mahabharata are not important. The knowledge is important. It's called Veda. Bhagavatam is called Veda, Mahabharata is called Veda, we call Shrutis, called Smritis. And the purpose of Veda is to give knowledge of God and how to get out of this world, how to get moksha. So the story is a means to give the knowledge, to give you the teachings. So when you read a book, you don't get lost in the story. You have to strike out to think, What is the author trying to teach me? What is the teaching here? What is the lesson for me to learn? So the lesson of Mahabharata, there, the lesson is, this is how Kshatriya should not behave. Kshatriya should not be scared and hide from death. Kshatriya should face death with courage, and be courageous and fearless. This is Kshatriya. So it's showing that this picture is not a proper Kshatriya, he's hiding under the Ganga. So that's the lesson. But that lesson wasn't the intention of Srikadeva Goswami, because the Bhagavatam, the intention of Bhagavatam, what is the intention of Bhagavatam? The whole intention of Bhagavatam of Srikadeva Goswami is to teach the Gopi Bhava Radharani. The whole 12 cantos are to teach the Gopi Bhava Radharani. That's the whole purpose. So this story of Prita Maharaj and Sri Prajna and Prahlad Maharaj and Dhruva and this one, that one, Shiva and Richard Sora and all these stories are to teach what is not Gopi Bhava. It's Karamishra Bhakti, it's Gyanamishra Bhakti. These are all different kinds of mixed bhakti, and Gyanamishra Bhakti and Karma and all these different things are mixed in there, daily to worship. To show you this is not Gopi Bhava. And then finally get the 10th canto. 10th canto, each canto has a title. First canto is called Creation, and each canto has a title. So the title of the 10th canto is called Summum Bonum. Summum Bonum means the ultimate benefit. Summum means the total, bonum means benefit. The benefit, the complete benefit, the ultimate benefit of the whole Bhagavatam is the 10th canto. So the message of the 10th canto is Radharani's Mahabharata, Ramar Gita, chapter 47, 10th canto. Gopi Gita, Venu Gita, Brahma Gita, Pradhan Gita. So the Bhagavatam is not teaching astronomy in the 5th canto, location of the sun, the moon, and the sun's going around the moon, the moon's going around the sun, sun's bigger than the moon, moon's bigger than the sun. So the moon planet came out of the Milk Ocean, 8th canto. That doesn't matter the story, no matter what's the teaching, what's the lesson for me to learn from the Bhagavatam. It's the important thing. You get lost in the story, you get all millions of questions, why is it black, why is it red? That's not the teaching. Bhagavatam is Amala Puranam. It's a pure Puranam because it teaches Bhav, only Bhav. You get lost in the story, Mr. Bhav. Don't mistake the forest for the trees. 90% of the people who study Bhagavatam are studying the characters, this character, this is the character, this is the plot line, this is the story, this is the conclusion. That's the Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Bhagavad. That's the upside down way. It's not the intention of the author. The guy who wrote the book, Vyasadeva and Srikadeva spoken, not to teach drama, or teach facts and figures, teach Bhav. That's what was missing. Vyasa wrote all the Vedas, he wasn't happy because he didn't bring out Gopi Bhav. He wrote Skanda Puran, he wrote Padma Puran. Padma Puran talks about Skanda Lila. It's there in Padma Puran. Skanda Lila is described there. Way before going to Lilamrita, it's already there in Padma Puran. In Skanda Puran, Padma Puran, Vishnu Puran, they talk about the Gopis, talk about going around the hill, talk about Vrindavan Lila, but he didn't bring out the Bhav. So yesterday he wrote all these books, he was unhappy. But he didn't bring the Bhav. That shows you have everything. With no Bhav, you have nothing. Body and physical things, material things are not happiness, not source of happiness. Bhav is the source of happiness. Bhav, love, praying. We think love is bodies. Two bodies together, that's love. That's not love. That's something else. I don't know what the question was. Nice answer. Got an answer you wasn't expecting. Got more than you wanted. You bought one, you got two. Buy one, get two free. Question. Parvati. Come on, dear. Question. Vishwajit. Singing for 3 weeks. South Indian slumber. Chijago. Murlika. Wake up, Chijago. There are 2 kids, don't complain. Take 2 more.
So the name form and pastimes of the Lord Krishna.
The uncommon qualities and pastimes of the Lord.
Not Lord.
Are you forbidden to
Krishna, they are transcendental. They are not material. Nam Rupa Gunali.
Yeah.
So, and we hear also like in the name everything is there. Like we can all the other things will manifest gradually. How can we understand? Can you explain a little bit of this? Like,
In the name of Krishna, or Krishna's form and qualities and pastimes, and holy Dham Vrindavan, how does that work? How does it explain? I can explain that if you can answer my question. My question is, how do you get this big banyan tree and this little tiny seed? The banyan seed is as big as a mustard seed. Inside a mustard seed is a huge banyan tree with hundreds of roots and hundreds of branches. How do you get it in there?
water pouring and it gets everything and it grows.
It's Krishna's Achintya Shakti. So Krishna's name is Krishna, Sakshat Krishna. This is one seed of banyan tree. Vat Bija is mysterious power. And the little seed is a huge tree that lives for hundreds of years. So in the holy name is Krishna's every is Krishna. So you only can understand how it is by chanting the holy name. Nam Namakari Bhavadani Sarva Shaktis Tatravitani Anatasmanena Kala Etadrasita Vakriva Bhagavamamavi Durdeva Mihajani Anurag. I don't have any anurag. I don't have any spontaneous different attachment for Krishna's name. Goes on. Durdevam. Durdeva means aparati. Word Durdeva means aparati. Dur means far. I'm far away from the name because I'm making aparat. I'm not experiencing Krishna's Maharaj. You chant Krishna's name, you see Krishna. You chant, you'll see. The proof of the pudding is in the tasting. You say this is nice kheer. It's got golden raisins in it, has date core in it. It's been cooked for 2.5 hours on a low heat. It's got some ghee inside, some butter inside. It's got some cream inside. And it's got some saffron inside. And it's really tasty and creamy and good. How do you know? I can tell you how good it tastes. The holy name is more than that. So Prabhupada said, you try it, you'll like it. So don't just talk about the names like this, the names like that, blah, 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 blah. Just stop talking, chant. That Mr. What's that? That first Western Vaishnava, that pilot that got shot down in World War II, Nelson or something? Nixon. Mr. Nixon. There's some guy in the Second World War. He's a pilot, he got shot down, he became initiated by Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Mr. Nixon, I think. Can't remember. And some Western reporter, he was wearing a dhoti. He became a sannyasi also. I think his name is Krishna Das or Gopal or something like that. Gopal Das or something. Krishna Das. And the guy said, what do you wear a dhoti for? Why'd you wear Western pants and shirt? He said, if you want to understand this culture, why don't you wear a dhoti for a day? Wear a kurta and dhoti. Then you'll understand. If you're just asking this question, you'll understand what this part of our culture. Being a Gaudiya Vaishnava, we wear kurta and dhoti. So why don't you wear one for a day and you'll understand what it feels like. This is 1920. This is the First World War pilot. Became a Gaudiya Vaishnava. He was a pilot, he was shot down, he was coming down behind enemy lines in Germany or something. And he was praying to God, if I live through this, I'm going to dedicate my life to finding you, discovering you. So he went to a hospital, in a German hospital, enemy lines, and he got better, and he searched for God, and he found God in India. He got initiated by Radha Raman, disciple Radha Raman Mandir in Vrindavan. Richard Nixon or something like that. Famous first Western Gaudiya Vaisnava. He wore dhoti and everything. Had ashram up in Himalayas somewhere. So why don't you wear a dhoti? Good. So you ask all these bombastic questions. How is it that Krishna's name, his form is there, and his qualities, his pastimes? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't sound like made up, make believe, this, that. Have you ever chanted? Well, no, I never chanted. Well, try it. Try it for 6 months, then come back. Take 16 a day, come back in 2 months. 16 rounds. 2 hours a day, 2 months. Like you was to challenge Krishna, Prabhupada in Los Angeles, things very words. You're a God man, right? And Prabhupada said, I'm a devotee of Krishna. He said, well, that means God man. Anyway, listen, Swamiji, can you show me God? Yeah, I can show you God. And then the district person said, how much do you charge? Because when I asked Mahesh Yogi down the street, can you show me God? He said, first give me $150. If I can show you God, it costs $150. You give me $150, I'll give you a mantra. You say this mantra, you'll see God. So Swamiji, you're a Hari Krishna founder. Can you show me God? He said, yes, I can show you God. He said, how much it costs? He said, it's free. Free? Yeah. How do I do it? Chant Hare Krishna. You say this Hare Krishna mantra, you chant 16 rounds a day, for 2 months you'll see God. And he said, Ramananda, give us some beads. So I gave you guys a set of beads. Never saw him again. I guess he chanted Hare Krishna, saw God, and shaved up, I don't know. Never heard anything more about it. So the answer to the question is in the tasting of the kheer. Put the spoon in, take the kheer, put it in your mouth, and tell me how good it tastes. You take the beads, put it on your hand, chant for 2 months, 60 rounds a day, and see what, and come back, give me a report. Question. Next question. Jaya. Italian questions?
No. Is it
We're going to hold it.
Maharaj, we had Gopal performed Raganaga Bhajan. We hear that he achieved Goloka by the power of mantra and guru. Has Gopal performed Raganaga Bhajan?
There's a question about the character in a book written by Sanatana Goswami, Brihad Bhagavatamrita. One character in part 1 of the book is called Gopal Kumar. It's a fictional character that got a mantra from a guru, got a 10th syllable Gopal mantra from a guru. They didn't get much teaching or much association from that guru, practically none. But he diligently and with great devotion chanted his Gopal mantra, and he experienced all different levels of consciousness, and ultimately he went to the spiritual world, go to Vrindavan, and darshan of Gopal Krishna. So the question is, was Gopal Kumar practicing Raganuga Bhakti? The answer is no, Gopal Kumar wasn't practicing Raganuga Bhakti. He was practicing, so then again, the story, the intention, what is the intention of the author, Sanatana Goswami? Why is he telling this story? Because he's trying to illustrate 2 points. He's trying to illustrate the power of Guru and the power of mantra. the power of Diksha mantra, and the power of Guru to give perfection to a disciple. That's the main teaching of Gopakumar and Bhagavatam. All the different other experiences he had, different planets he went to, different positions and roles he took up, and it's all experience of consciousness. He didn't change his body, he didn't die and take rebirth in Brahmaloka or Tapaloka or any loka. He died one time, he lived his life in Govardhan. He had experience, he went in meditation, he had a spurti of traveling in his subtle body to the spiritual world, having darshan of Krishna. Then he came back to Govardhan to his bhajan stali. And when he got back to Govardhan, he said, wow, this is the same as the spiritual world. There's the same buffaloes here, the same buffaloes there, the same electric scooters here, electric scooters there. No, the same cows, the same dogs and everything's the same. So another teaching of the book is the Vrindavan, Bhava Vrindavan, and Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan are the same spiritual reality. This is one of the main teachings of Bhagavatam and Gopakumar. Another teaching, there's three teachings, Vrindavan here and Bhava Vrindavan, and Vrindavan in the spiritual world. That's one teaching, they're the same and equal. Another teaching is the power of Diksha mantra. Another teaching is the power of Guru. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastra Hoy. All the Shastras proclaim you're associated with a minute with a sadhu, you can attain spiritual perfection. The example is Gopakumar, Bhagavatam. He's associated for a few minutes with a Sadguru, he got Diksha mantra and he got perfection. So the second time, when he left his body, he didn't come back. He left his body two times, one in Swarti, went to Goloka and came back. And the second time he came back and finished his bhajan, attained prema by practicing Vaidhi sadhana, he attained prema and went to Goloka Vrindavan. While he was chanting Gopal mantra, and he did his bhajan in Vrindavan. Because he did his bhajan in Vrindavan, he worshipped Gopal Krishna in Braja mood. He understood about the gopis. So it's not clearly told that Gopakumar was practicing Raganuga Bhakti, but he had awareness of the gopis. So we can't say he was practicing Raganuga Bhakti, because that's not told exactly in the pages of Bhagavatam. But we can't say he wasn't, because it's not say he wasn't practicing. So there's a good chance because he was doing bhajan in Vrindavan, he got the Vrindavan mood. Vrindavan mood means Raganuga mood. He was born in Vrindavan to begin with. He's a coward boy. So he's worshipping an ultimate coward boy, Bhagavan Gopal Krishna. And he attained Gopal Krishna in Sakirati. So it's not clear from the teaching of Siddhanta Swami that he's practicing Ragamarg. But he's practicing limits of Raganuga Bhakti. One limit of Raganuga Bhakti is to live in Vrindavan. Another limit is to chant your Gopal mantra, meditate on Krishna's Leela. So he's meditating on Krishna. At the end, he's meditating on Krishna Leela. He experienced the different Leelas and pastimes of the Lord and different planes of existence, all in his meditation. He didn't die and change his body 1,000 million times. He lived one life as a Gopakumar, as a coward boy in Vrindavan, had fantastic experiences. He attained perfection one life and then returned to Krishna at the end of life. This is the teaching of Bhagavatam. That's right. What time is it? 5. It's 5. 5 o'clock.
Yes, please.
Anybody wants to go, you can go. It's 5 o'clock. There's a bunch of questions on the net. We'll listen to. So maybe we'll answer some. As you know, it's hot here, it's hot in there. So I go for hot bread and a hot room, so it doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Ask the question.
Maharaj, is Diksha Parampara important or Siksha Parampara or both?
Yeah, someone's asked a question. Diksha Parampara, Siksha Parampara. I don't know about this Siksha Parampara. I never read anything about Siksha Parampara. I heard some talk about it. The Parampara means the Guru Disciple, Guru Disciple. So Parampara should start with Bhagavan. So Bhagavan, in our case, Bhagavan is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Bhagavan, and he appointed Nityananda and Advaita and Gadadhar and some of his key followers to spread the teaching of Gaudiya Vaisnavism. And the Jagat Guru, the Adi Guru, is Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Everywhere is told Vasudeva, Vishnu, Krishna is the Adi Guru. Every Bhagavatam, first canto, every canto says Vasudeva is Guru, is Adi Guru. Jagat Guru is Vishnu, Krishna, Vasudeva. So in Gaudiya Sampradaya, there's Parivar, it's called Parivar, or disciplic successions. Beginning with Nityananda coming down for 500 years. Beginning with Gadadhar Pandit coming down 500 years. Beginning with Advaitacharya, etc. And so many followers, branches and sub-branches. These are all described in Adi Lila of Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 4 and 5, the different branches of Lord Chaitanya's tree. So Shiksha Parampara, because every guru Diksha Parampara, any guru has to give Diksha. The meaning of guru is guru gives Diksha and Shiksha. Rupa Goswami explains Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He describes the 64 lengths of devotion. Begins with Guru Padashraya, surrender to Guru. It says Diksha Adi Shikshanam. The Guru gives Diksha, begins with Diksha, then he gives Shiksha. So Guru is not a Guru, doesn't give Shiksha. The definition of Guru gives Diksha and Shiksha. So it doesn't make any sense that Shiksha Parampara, there's no such thing as Shiksha Parampara. Every Guru has a Guru, and his Guru has a Guru, his Guru has a Guru, has a Guru, has a Guru. And the original Guru is Krishna. So my Guru is, the top of my Guru line is Advaitacharya. Advaitacharya is Nishya Madhavendra Madhavendra is Nishya Madhavacharya, and goes back to Jaya Guru Sri Krishna, Nishya Vyasadeva, to Brahma Nishya, his son Narad Nishya Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva Nishya Madhavacharya, Madhavacharya Nishya Madhavendra Nishya Advaitacharya comes down to me. That's called unbroken line of Guru Disciple, Guru Disciple. It's called Diksha Parampara. And all those gurus and Diksha and anyone that Parampara, they all gave Shiksha. Shiksha is one thing, not two things. Diksha Parampara means Shiksha Parampara. There's no such thing as Shiksha Parampara. Shiksha doesn't give you Diksha, but Diksha gives you Shiksha. You take Shiksha from anyone, but who's giving you Diksha? Diksha Guru gives you Diksha and Shiksha. What am I doing now? I'm giving Shiksha. And some of you are taking Diksha. Okay, that's that. Tell me all the questions. I'll tell you when I'll pick one. I'll answer one more. Just read all the questions. I'll read them all. I'll pick one good one. They're all good. Some I've answered some of these questions 100 times already. In 9 years. 8 years. 8 years. 2015, 14. The thing started 2014 or 15? 2014 or 15, Sunday Satsang? 2015. 8 years I had this question, Diksha Shiksha. So read all the questions.
When I make some spiritual progress, I get pride. How to overcome this?
Okay, next one. Chant Hare Krishna. More pride, less humility, more chanting, more humility. Okay, good.
Maharaj, when the Guru gives 7 features of Siddhadeha, can they change upon reaching Bhava and Prema?
No. You'll see them then. Next.
Suppose the spiritual master is an associate of Tulsi Manjari. After initiation, can the disciple get inclination to some others like Rupa Manjari? If that happens, then what can be done?
Just serve your guru, and you'll understand everything. Okay, next. That was really great.
Maharaj, can you please share your experience after officially getting connected to Advaita Parivar? What all things lack in ISKCON in comparison to different Parivars?
Come here, I'll tell you in person.
It is said that Golokera Prema Dhana Harinam Sankirtana. Some say that Harinam Sankirtan itself is sufficient for attaining Braja Prema, even without Raganubhajana. Please comment on this.
Some people say chanting Hare Krishna is enough to attain Krishna Prema without Raganuga Bhakti. That's going against the teaching of Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Six Goswamis. Six Goswamis say, unless you worship the residents of Vrindavan in the mood of Rag Bhakti underneath a proper qualified teacher, you won't attain Krishna in Vrindavan. It's very clear. Chanting Hare Krishna is a limb of Vaidhi Bhakti and a limb of Raganuga Bhakti. Practice Raganuga Bhakti takes you Vrindavan. Practice Vaidhi Bhakti takes you Hari Katha. Anything else?
Maharaj, Prabhupada was not in favor of Babaji's in Radha Kunda, although they are very genuine and exalted. What do you think about the possible reasons?
What do I think about what?
Possible reasons why Prabhupada is not in favor of Babaji's of Radha Kunda.
I never read anywhere Prabhupada wasn't in favor of Babaji's Radha Kunda. I mean, one Babaji Radha Kunda was named Jagannath Das Babaji. Another Babaji Radha Kunda was Gaura Das Babaji. They're on the altar of every ISKCON temple. Jagannath Das Babaji and Gaura Das Babaji. So how do you say that Prabhupada wasn't in favor of Radha Kunda Babaji's? Gaura Das Babaji did bhajan and Radha Kunda, and so did Jagannath Das Babaji. So how does he not favor? He has pictures of Jagannath Das Babaji and Gaura Das Babaji in every 1,000 temples of ISKCON around the world. I never read anywhere Prabhupada didn't like Radha Kunda Babaji. He likes me. And I'm Radha Kunda Babaji. Anything else? That's a confrontational question. But can you cite me the quotation where it says, Prabhupada says, I don't like Radha Kunda Babaji? I challenge the person who asked that question, showing anywhere in Prabhupada's tapes, or anywhere in Prabhupada's letters, or anywhere in Prabhupada's anything. Any lectures, letters, tapes, where he said, morning walks, he says, I don't like, where Prabhupada says, I don't like Radha Kunda Babaji. I don't think I'm sure I challenge anyone to show me some evidence where Prabhupada says, I don't like Radha Kunda Babaji. People say everything. Like sometimes people joke, they say, I heard, Prabhupada said, he said, I said, yeah, he said that in chapter 19 of the Gita, right? And he said, yeah, I think it's chapter 19. And so some other new devotee says, yeah, I heard Prabhupada say this and that. I said, where is it? It's in 13th canto? Yeah, I think I saw it. I think it's the 13th canto. Yeah, it's the 13th canto. There's only 12 cantos. Prabhupada said 10,000 things, everybody says. He said 5,000 things for sure that are recorded and you can prove. But people say 10,000 other things he didn't say. Prabhupada said. First get your head screwed on straight and then start talking. If your head's screwed backwards, you're talking backwards. You screwed back head back. You had to go have a turn more. Your head's back. You got your head screwed on. It's American expression. Your head screwed on backwards. I didn't record that. That's okay. Good for me.
Radhe Radhe.
Ronnie, what's this now?
Dear Gurudev, my obeisances at your lotus feet.
Watch out for this one. when they come out with soft smell, watch out.
In Krishna's pastimes with the Brahmana's wife, when they come to them, he returns them stating that people will not appreciate it and that they should develop their love in separation. Ultimately, they develop Krishna Prem. Is Krishna teaching us to respect the societal structure, wait for the right birth to physical associate with him? If possible, elaborate on this past.
This is a good question about the Yogi Patnis in 10th Canto Bhagavatam, chapter 22. Yogi Patnis 22, 23. 22 is stole the clothes to the Gopi, 23 is Yogi Patnis, I think. 24 is Gauranga. Chapter 23, the wives of the Brahmins, they came to feed Krishna, bring food for Krishna, and they fell in love with Krishna. They wanted to give up everything. He said, "No, go back and serve your husbands." And the person asking this is a question that Krishna is upholding Vedic Dharma or Varnashram Dharma and showing respect for the Brahminical class. The answer is yes, is the fact that Krishna wanted to show, because 5,000 years ago, India was controlled and ruled by the Shruti Shastra of the Vedas, which prescribes the Varna and Ashram duties of people. So Brahmin ladies don't mix up with Vaishya, with Abhira caste Vaishyas. Abhira, the coward men of Vrindavan, are the lowest class of Vaishya, called Abhira class. And it wouldn't be it's not socially acceptable or permissible for the class mixing of Vaishya, Abhira class with high class Brahmins. These were Mathura Brahmins, were made of Vrindavan, but they are living on the border of Mathura, so I think they were from Mathura Brahmins. So Krishna upheld the socialist. Krishna was in fact upholding and supporting and encouraging the following of the Varnashram Dharma, the Vedic Dharma of the Brahminical community, to serve your husbands, go back and help them finish their yogi pujas as yogi patnis, and not run off with Krishna. He told him to do meditation. He told him to do bhajan, they'll attain perfection at the end of life, but that's in their siddhadeha, they'll attain perfection by worshiping Krishna. But in their sadhakadeha, their married women, so they should lawfully, religiously serve their husbands. This is Vedic Dharma. So yes, the answer is yes, Krishna is upholding Vedic Dharma there. But the coward girls, he broke all Dharma because they're his people. And they are following Raghunaga Bhakti. So they already abandoned, the Gopis from Vrindavan were a perfect exemplar of 1866 of the Gita. 1866 of the Gita is a classic verse. Sarva dharman prityaja mamekam sharanam vraja am tvam sarva bhavebhyo moksheshvaram asita. They gave out the Deha Dharma, their bodily considerations, their Kula Dharma, their family consideration, their Varna Dharma, their Ashram Dharma, their Patni Dharma, all the different Dharmas they gave them up. But the Yogi Patnis, they were in love with Krishna, but they weren't ready to give up all their Dharmas. They weren't ready. Krishna could tell that, so he sent them back to serve their husbands and follow the Dharma. So that's it. That's all for the questions and answers. We went a little over time, but that's all. Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Sri Radhe.